Hey everybody, everybody's great out there tonight. We have another episode of the Old School Gamer Live hitting you. I got Ryan with me. What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, I cleaned up my studio is what I did. I got myself a little bit of the light up. I've got Donkey Kong hanging out here with us. Kind of cleaned up things a little bit because I think this is going to really take off. It was an idea that the two of us have had. We've talked about it for a while, and I'm really feeling good after that first kind of experimental show. We've got a guest this time. We're going a little bit further with things. We've got some different stuff to do. We're going to have some fun.
Definitely. I see you got your Facebook counter up there. That's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, it works kind of cool, which I got to figure out a way to do this when I'm at cons. But essentially, if someone goes on and likes us, every minute, it checks it and ticks it. So it's kind of cool.
If you want to right now, if you're watching right now, you can go to the QR code I just put up there, and you can go straight to our Facebook page and like us. You might even see your like pop on that wheel right now. I love that, man. That is so cool. Is that just Bluetooth to your computer?
It's actually it's Wi-Fi'd out itself. It pulls a Wi-Fi code and surfs out. So that's what I've got to do each time when I'm at one of these cons. It should be pretty cool though.
Very cool, man. Let's bring Casey on. He is on board finally. What's up, dude? How are you?
What's going on? What's going on?
The man.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, man, we're doing good, man. Another episode of Live coming at you. Old School Gamer Live. Wow, how mmany shows are we doing now, man? We're just cranking them out.
Hey, we're cranking them out, baby. I'm like Ryan over here. I'm dubbed as the doctor husband. So I've been attending to the wife.
He's still nurse husband over there.
Still nurse husband. Happy to be with the boys though tonight. Play a couple of games and talk the talk.
Yeah, we are glad to give you some sort of a reprieve. If it's only 30 minutes,
I need this
sort of a reprieve. All right, let's dive into the latest news, guys. Let's see what we got going on in the world of Old School Gamer. Ryan, what do you got, man?
I've got two things that I found I kickstarted today. The first one is a book. I've been a big fan of the Ultima series. I actually bought myself. Look at this, man. Gotta hold up.
Oh wow!
Apple II floppy disk, baby.
I say that reminds me of elementary when we had them Apple IIs in the class.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they put the feelies out, all that kind of stuff.
Man,
okay. This same author that wrote a book on the Ultima series, that I'm a fan of, just started a Kickstarter up. I think it was today. We've got it on the screen there. Italian author who's written the first three in this series of books, and they're basically wanting to get them translated to English. Video games, this one covers way back. This one covers the Pong level stuff and the stuff pre-1979, I think. They've already written two more books in the series. They're going to write a total of 5. Yes, it's yet another video game history book. But I found all kinds of cool stuff in his book that he did on Ultima. I'm sure there's going to be some new material in here. So,
very cool.
I just threw my quick, I think, 25, 30, 40 bucks out or something like that. And I thought that was awesome.
Very cool.
So the second one that I found, that I also threw Kickstarter money at myself, and there's still room for a couple more people to get at the deal that I did. What is? Let's see. Let me find where it's at. Or you want to pull it up on the screen there for me, if you could?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Here, you can play this.
How do you describe this?
You just got to see it.
Okay, here we go. So this works with your projector and just kind of augmented reality. So you draw out the different sections. You can be playing like Space Invaders level stuff, all kinds of different games.
What?
And it works with whatever's on your wall. So I figure I'm going to set this sucker up at Midwest Gaming Classic, and we're going to be playing games on the wall of the convention center. Watch what they're going to show here. It'll take some setup work.
Pretty sweet, huh?
What the heck? And I got a projector.
So it looks like it's a $200, $300, $400 Android box that you do all kinds of cool stuff with.
So you could use like the TV on the wall as a object.
Yeah. So if your wall is decorated well, you can be making all kinds of things. And they have a couple games that come with it, then you buy more games to it. Currently, there is, I think, a couple dozen possibilities of getting in on the cheapest deal, the $199 deal. If you're going to put this into a barcade, you need to pay a little bit more on stuff. But it's a neat concept, and I'm contacting the people because I think it's something that people like to play with.
Heck yeah.
Look at the racing. Look at that.
I just
Yeah, that's projecting down on it. You can make your own, little kart track.
That's pretty cool, man.
Oh, man.
That's my little bits of news that I found literally today. So minimal investment of about $200 to $300.
Man, very cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm very impressed by that. I love stuff like that. It's a new input, a new way of playing a game. Man, that hits all those points for me.
Their first couple stretch goals are adding like 80s and 90s games to it. They said they're going to be doing some different stuff, like Street Fighter-ish kind of things, inspired by the 80s and 90s.
Whoa, that'll be interesting, man. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Ooh,
wow,
party hit.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the iArcade holiday sale popping right now. If you have been on the fence about getting an iArcade, there's no better time to get one than right now. Right now, you got the standards for $100 off. What does that come up to? About $399, KC? I think something like that.
$399, and then the gold is $799.
And does that include free shipping? I believe so.
Yeah, free shipping. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a hell of a deal.
So yeah, it's definitely a freaking deal. And jump in on their game sale right now. So 30% off right now on the shooters. So get in on that, guys.
Good shooters. Shooters are the king of the arcade. You need to get those shooters.
Yeah, or vice versa. The iArcade is the king of the shooters, however you want to say it.
However you want to say that.
They live on the iArcade. All right, let's jump into our magazine update, guys. Ryan, what we
magazine update is we're still working on the November issue. We expect it to go to digital press, so you'll all have access to it as of probably Wednesday. I want to get the sucker out.
Nice.
My editor, Bill Donahue, is finishing stuff up right now. It's going to be a packed issue. We're going to pack everything in. We might even go past that 72-page mark on stuff.
Really?
The magazine will probably not be in your hands until right before Christmas, but the digital version will be hitting soon.
Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. How can we subscribe to
Real simple, oldschoolgamer.com/subscribe. You can get it in on the free version. It's there. Otherwise, the free version includes basically the first 24, 30 pages of every issue of the magazine. The paid versions are digital, $20 a year or $50 a year if you want to go old school and get it in your mailbox. You can still subscribe up until probably about Thanksgiving and get this issue as your first issue.
Nice. Now, can you explain the different tiers that are available right now? I mean, you said the digital and then the full paid, right?
There's basically three options out there.
Okay.
You've got free.
Completely free.
Put your email address and get free. That gets you the first third or so of the magazine.
Okay.
The $20 a year version will get you access to all of our back issues, so 30 back issues, and then you get access to the full magazine digitally. And then the print version, you get access to all the back issues again digitally, and you get a print issue in your mailbox 6 times a year. So roughly you're talking about a $9-ish magazine in print delivered to you. There's going to be some cool stuff coming, though, once I get it all worked on it, and that's going to be my next project once we get this to press, is we will have a system through Amazon. So those of you outside the U.S. and Canada will be able to buy single issues through the Amazon print-on-demand system. We've had dozens of people, probably 100 people ask outside the U.S., how can you get this to me affordably? We haven't been able to.
Sure.
But we will be able to as of this November issue. So I would expect by the beginning of December, people outside the United States and Canada will be able to get it affordably from us.
Nice. I know there's a big community retro gamers down in Australia, so I'll bet this
Australia's got a good vibe, and the UK's got a good vibe too.
Yeah. Oh man, that is awesome to open this up internationally finally. So now, Old School Gamer is now worldwide.
Worldwide, baby.
Not just stateside, but worldwide.
Internationally known.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's our updates for the magazine. Ryan?
Yeah, that covers it. Let's keep moving.
Okay. Friends of Old School Gamer, let's fire this off. We have our friend hanging out with us tonight. We got Joe Sullivan here. He is with Retro Game Hunter. How are you, man?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, it's good to be out here. I'm really, really excited to be a part of it tonight. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you stopping by. You have a really cool thing going on here where you have your Retro Hunter, where you basically it was a website that where you could find all different retro stores, correct?
Yeah.
And then you kind of updated it where it's now you're kind of doing a museum, a traveling museum pretty much.
Joe, tell us the whole story about how you got into this.
Yeah.
So the website itself started back 2015, 2016, where I was traveling the country quite a bit, and I love every time I go someplace new, I love to visit every single store I possibly can, go to every flea market, thrift shop, like all that kind of stuff, pawn shop, like, 'cause you never know when you're going to find that awesome item. And I just wanted a better way to do it. So I spent a lot of time with some friends. We built out this directory based on like, hey, I'm going to San Francisco. Here are all the spots in San Francisco to go check out if you're visiting somewhere. We had an absolute blast doing that. Now, simultaneously, while this was going on, I was working with a convention in Oklahoma City called Super BitCon. And a bunch of us kind of pooled together a lot of our really cool, weird, unique items to create a museum exhibit. And that museum exhibit started really gaining popularity where other shows started inviting us out there. So we have been lucky enough that museum exhibit that has its home on RetroGameHunter.com too. That's the primary way to get in touch with us. But we have been fortunate enough to be guests from it shows literally from Florida to California. We've done shows from coast to coast, and we specialize in the weird, rare kind of pieces from gaming, history. We don't just have valuable kinds of things, but we love stuff that has really cool stories behind them, or things that like maybe you've read about but you never got a chance to see in person.
Very cool, man. That is really exciting, man. I would love to see your display. That'd be cool to see. I'm sure I'll be able to see it at MidCon, though, right? Are you going to be up there?
So we're looking at. We don't have anything we can announce at the moment. We are in talks with a few different shows, but I am expecting to get it out to a few of the larger events this year. The last show we were set up at, we had a display at Game On in Phoenix, which was an absolute blast.
Cool.
I heard about Game On. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out.
It was fantastic. They brought that show to the next level this year.
Very cool.
And Joe, am I to understand from when we were talking earlier, you've got some cool stuff to show off for us? Show us a couple of your prizes of your collection.
I do. I do have a handful, and I'll tell you what, Ryan, you inspired me when you were talking about Ultima and how you've got like the floppy disk Ultima 5 back there. Like I have one floppy disk item in my collection, and I had to just go run and grab that while I was still backstage. And some of you might have heard of this game before. I don't know if you knew it was on floppy disk or not, but that is Street Fighter 2.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
The PC version of Street Fighter 2 right here, which came on 3 floppy disks.
Just 3? How did you do that?
When you wanted to load another character, you had to go to the second disc or something, or how would that work?
Yeah, what's the 3 discs?
So we had it was a 3-disc install, but it was
installed to the drive. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of people don't realize that it came out for PC, but it's just another one of those cool things a lot of people don't realize existed in general.
Never knew that.
And it came with just a ton of extra inserts and mailers and like all sorts of cool.
That's a grill right there.
Did you try to get the shirt? The free shirt?
Yeah, they aren't sending them anymore. I can't figure out why. But so I had to run and grab that when I saw Ryan pull out Ultima.
Well, that's cool, man.
Now, I want to get a little more modern for a second. So one of my favorite games of all time is Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I love that.
SNES.
Absolute icon of a generation. Legendary kind of status. So, one of those kind of like very valuable games, for US collectors, a lot cheaper in Japan for the most part. There was a special edition that came out in Japan that was a contest prize. And I've got one of those contest prizes right here, the Chrono Trigger V-Jump edition, which was available exclusively through the V-Jump magazine. It's like a rose gold. It has special branding on the outside.
Wow.
And
For the Famicom.
For the Super Famicom here, yep.
That's awesome.
Very cool piece. All the insides are the same. But that actually is just kind of scratching the surface. I have one more Chrono Trigger here, and this one is one of my absolute favorite pieces in the collection. And folks get really excited when we bring this out at shows. And that is the Chrono Trigger pre-release card. This is like a development, like early build of Chrono Trigger.
Wow.
That's nuts.
And it features, when you turn it on, it's got 3 kind of predetermined save points, but it's got a lot of content that's called beta content, which was stuff that was cut out of the final game, including a whole dungeon that didn't make it into the actual, like, the final cut of Chrono Trigger. The only way to play that was on this, like, special cart right here, which also came with its own exclusive manual as well.
You got some heat over there, Joe.
We love taking this stuff to shows, and we love setting it up too. Like we don't just want to bring this stuff out just to show it. We want to give people a chance to actually try these kinds of things and like demo these sorts of items that like you never get a chance to see or try.
And that's rare. Most people, they just put it behind the glass case. See, I like that. You were giving people a chance to actually test it out.
One of we were at the SAC Gamers Expo, which is coming up in about a month here in Sacramento. We were guests of theirs last year, and we brought out an N64D drive and the F-Zero X expansion kit. And again, we just let people take this thing for a spin, something you might have read about or you've heard about online, but you never get a chance to actually try in person. And we brought that out. We brought out some prototype carts that had a bunch of like early alpha build stuff for N64. So people can try some of these early builds. And again, it's about giving folks a chance to experience something that they might not have otherwise gotten an opportunity to do.
Wow, that is so cool.
What is your personal favorite console that you play for? I mean, if you were going to collect a whole series of games, what would you, or do you have any, are you just into the really weird, rare stuff?
So I was one of those people that was collecting for like just about everything. I've since slimmed down my collection considerably. I collect stuff that I can turn into museum exhibits now that have those kinds of stories I can just share with other people. That's what gets me really excited. If I had to pick like a single console that's probably my favorite, is, you know, cliche as it sounds, it would probably be Super Nintendo. I've got the most memories kind of tied to that one as a not quite so old school gamer as some of the other people in here. But
you're still working cartridges, man. You're still working cartridges.
Oh, absolutely.
What's up, Shane? Good to see you, man.
Hey, buddy.
He says best RPG ever, and I agree. When Chrono Trigger came out, I remember when that came out. That was a massive deal. That was a big deal when that came out. And me and my friends, we sat down for about a week and played that game straight every second that we possibly could. I remember that was one of the games that you sat on the carpet in front of the TV and just played it for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, that was a fun one, man.
So
very cool.
I do have one more item I'd love to show you guys if you got another moment.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Yeah. So I've been hunting for this game for about, I don't know, probably about 10 years. Once I realized it existed, I'm going to say this is probably the rarest Mario released title ever created.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that?
And that
name
is
dropping
this
Mario
right here. This is a cartridge for Game Boy Color called Mario Family.
Huh.
Never heard.
And this was released for a very short period of time in Japan to work with a Game Boy embroidery machine.
What the heck?
I've seen the Game Boy embroidery machine. Yeah,
I've never heard
how it worked. You would pick the image that you wanted and basically hit start, and it would embroider that into your fabric.
Whoa. How did there not a million copies of that?
This was a licensed official release right here. However, Nintendo realized that giving people the means to create unlimited amounts of licensed merchandise really is not in going with how Nintendo likes to do things.
So they shirts and bags.
They haven't invented microtransactions yet.
Yes.
Oh man.
Dollar signs just popped. How many can I get my hands on? We're gonna make ourselves a Nintendo embroidery farm.
Yeah. So, but like I said, this is in my opinion probably the rarest like licensed, actual produced Mario
Wow.
game out there. Such a weird, fun piece of Nintendo history. And again, we just love sharing these stories. We do have a Game Boy sewing machine also. We bring that out to shows. People absolutely, they love seeing that too. But the embroidery game right here is one of my favorite pieces.
Now,
I gotta ask, Joe, do you have the Nintendo World Championship card? I gotta ask that question.
I have one.
Which one do you want to see?
I will tell you this. So I do not have a Nintendo World Championships cart. I have been offered a Nintendo World Championships cart in trade for something else I do have, and I turned it down.
Ah,
Like your house? Or what?
No,
Like here, I'm gonna say, whoa, that's
How much do one of those suckers worth nowadays?
NWC.
Yeah.
used to be 10 grand, right?
The last one that I know that sold went for, it was like in like really awful condition. Like the label was one of like this just garbage label ones. I think it went around 40,000 or so.
40,000 now?
The,
so nice
the
one.
nice condition ones are way up there.
Wow.
I was actually in that tournament in the New Orleans region. 5 to 5-year-old, 5 to 12. I was in that.
Awesome.
Yep.
Very cool.
That's why I always ask the question: who has that cart?
Now, did they give those out to all the contestants that won the regionals or something like that? Or
No, you had to.
all of us?
You had to. So the
Did
regional.
they steal it from there or something or what?
So from the regional, you earned a spot to go to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
for the big show. But that's who got the actual cart. Is the people who won the actual. There was a gold cart, right, Joe? And then there's gray carts for runners up. The
Yep,
big
they were
winner
available.
gold carts.
They were available through like Nintendo Power contests
Yep.
too. So there was a random element to if you're able to actually get one or not.
Cool.
Very cool. Well, Joe, where can everybody find you besides your website that we've been showing off here? How about your social media?
Yeah. So my social media is retro.game.hunter on Instagram. That's the easiest place to find me there. When we do museum announcements, we will post on there the next places that we go as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, my friend. We are going to move on now, guys, to the Home Arcade Challenge. It's our new segment that we're going to fire off. What's going to happen here is Casey's going to play a game and I'm going to play a game, and you guys can play along at home. And if you can beat our score, simply submit it to our Facebook page, and you will win one of our Old School Gamer pins here. If it will focus on it, one of our beautiful new Old School Gamer live pins. So simply play the game we're going to play, and you could win. So, all right, Casey, what game are you firing off tonight?
So I'm about to pay some homage to our boy who did the designs for Rampage and get into this Rampage tournament.
Brian Cullen. We need to get him on this show very soon. I know he would.
I'll get one. He's on my list of people. Brian is an awesome guy. He's
We
a
gotta
great
get
story.
Brian in the building. All right.
Let's see what you got.
So
Impress me here.
this is the monthly tournament. You got one life, pretty much a one life high score challenge. So I'm gonna see what I can do here.
Now you kill our background music because we're going to have some audio maybe. All right, let's see what he can do. Let's see if he's even anywhere versed in this game at all. Let's see what he's going to do. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you got to hit the open windows. That's where your points are going to be.
Eat some people.
Don't eat him with the dynamite.
Did you guys ever watch the movie with The Rock in it?
I have not watched it yet. I need to get it though.
Brian was the guy. Was actually in it until they told him, he got 8 in there. And you'll actually see the red dressed lady in there too. It's a Rock movie. I mean, it's not too deep.
Yeah, it's more centered around him, I guess.
I mean, it's got more of a story than Pixel. That's the thing.
You get that? There you go. Well, quite frankly, you're doing good, man. You got some good life left.
Oh,
All right, good job, good job.
oh,
All right, jump off the report crumbles or it's going to hurt you. Bail. Got it. That got you too. Don't eat the guy with dynamite. All right, now if you jump, you can move a lot faster. So jump all the time. Sort of walk. It's much faster for you to get around. You can dodge the bullets a lot faster.
almost.
Oh! Okay. That's going to help you get that fruit.
Jump,
All right.
jump.
I don't think you got it. Yeah, bail. All right.
I'm
All right.
87. That's not bad.
Not doing, not half bad. That's why I love this Antstream setup, man. You can see instantly where you are on the leaderboards. Look at that. You can see him just count down as his score rises. It's awesome.
They've taken these games and gotten into them and done extra stuff with them.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Dude, yeah, punch it up. Perfect.
All right, here's your
Fun
train.
when you got two of the monsters, you bounce the car back and forth between the two.
Yeah, that is fun. You missed the train. That's where all your points were. Always get your bank down when you drop that one.
You've got a little life left.
I put a lot of time into this game when I first got the cabinet for it.
Man, all right.
You've got the cabinet for this one?
That's
Well,
not
the arcade one up one.
Oh, okay, well, okay.
All right, 39,705 is the score to beat, guys. If
number
you can beat that,
72.
yeah, send us a screenshot to the Facebook page to simply use this right here, that code, or we can pop this one up right here. It's the same code.
This game is fun, and I like the artwork. That putting this on the big screen, man, I tell you, it looks so good.
It really is awesome. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my game that I'm going to play tonight. It is a little-known game called Best Boxing by Jelko. It's actually one of my favorite fighting games. It's kind of overlooked. A lot of people don't think that there's much to the game, but it actually has.
What's up, B-Kong?
To it. We got B-Kong in here hanging out.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man. Good to see you. So anyway, this game, you can do a lot of stuff in it. You can do jabs, hooks, uppercuts. You can block. You can do all kinds of different stuff. You just have to know how to do it. So let's go ahead and fire this off real quick. My favorite fighter was old Jose here. So if you push forward, if you push up, so I'm doing whatever parring is, and I push down, I can do an uppercut. So I'm doing different punches by the direction. Ooh, I tried to drop him right there.
That was the KO attempt?
Yeah. I'm missing.
Yeah.
Oh, that should have got him right there.
Okay. TKO.
I better have won that. Lay down. All right, see how far I can go here. The third guy usually gets me. No.
He looks like the dude off of what's that Sega boxing game?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ready to Rumble. That's it.
There you go. That was below the belt right there, but they didn't count it. I slipped by barely. All right.
Ooh-wee.
Okay, so you said the third guy is usually the one that takes you out.
Good thing the ref's blind there. All right, here we go. Now, because this guy's so short, it's hard for my character to hit him. So usually will get me.
So if you go for those low blows, you'll hit his belt. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like that there?
Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that hilarious? Wow. Yeah, see, he
Jeez.
gets me.
And his uppercuts cutting you at the belt.
Yeah. It's hilarious, huh? Oh, you got me. 225, 450. Yep. All right. 225, 450 is the score to beat on my game, guys. So, yeah, simple as that. If you want to submit your score for best bout, do it right here, and you can win one of our beautiful little pens here.
225,
So-
450.
Yeah. So there's that. Let me get my screen flipped back. All right. So that's that, guys. Another episode of Old School Gamer Live coming at you.
Keep it
Randy-
nice and tight for now with stuff, and we'll start as we get more guests, so more excitement. We'll start adding more to it. If you've got a guest you're interested in having us bring out, shoot us a note on Facebook, or you can email me, rb@oldschoolgamer.com, and we'll see what we can do to get a hold of.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe, for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So, yeah.
Good night, folks.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
Good night.